Journals. Ideally, everyone involved in this project will be keeping a journal. Journals are perhaps the most common type of data collected during action research. Journals are also referred to as teaching logs or diaries, and they come in a variety of types. These include factual journals, which are an account of just the facts, the objective realities of what happened in each class. Descriptive journals, which include the facts in one column and personal reactions in another. Reflective journals, which allow you to just detail how you felt about the lesson. A daily log or a weekly log of the events that occurred in your classroom. Or it could be a memoir with your reflection of significant moments in the classroom. A journal can include a variety of different data. These include observations of classroom behavior, analyses of what happened in your class and why you think it happened, diagrams and sketches of events in the class, quotes of what you said or from student comments, student scores on assignments, as well as your thoughts and feelings on how a lesson went. Remember, you can use Microsoft Word to type up your journal. That way you can search for key terms during your analysis later on. Some of the strengths of journals include that journals are useful in capturing significant reflections and events in an ongoing way. This way you can see how your opinion changes as your data collection goes on. They're also very flexible in terms of the types of data that you can collect. Writing a journal is also fairly quick. You would only need about 5 minutes after each class to write down what happened. However, keeping a journal is not everyone's preferred method, and this is a matter of personal taste and style. Also, you have to remember that a journal alone will not suffice as data for an action research project. You will need other types of data to balance out what you write in your journal. If you're interested in journals, you can consult Chapter 3 in the Ann Burns book. Now let's talk about classroom documents. Classroom documents come in a variety of types. These include lesson plans that you write, collections of students' written work and exercises, including in-class work and homework, assessments like quizzes and exams, student portfolios, collections of student work. Remember to collect student documents over time. Don't collect everything at once. You want to show something that gives a sense of progression throughout your data collection. You may want to consider using a pre-test and a post-test to show how students were doing at the beginning and how that changed after you changed things in your class. This might be especially useful in your second cycle of action research. Remember to use rubrics. Anytime you're assessing things like your lesson plans or students' written work, you want to have a systematic way of analyzing it to show how effective it was. Some of the strengths of classroom documents include that it can measure progress over time. It gives you a look at authentic material from the students. And it's also a little more accurate than just student self-reporting. This way you can see how students' abilities or motivation has changed during the course of your data collection, rather than looking at a one-time event like in a survey. Some of the limitations include that You need to focus only on what is being measured in the research, that you can't look at anything else other than the goals of your action research. Also remember that one assessment isn't enough to demonstrate how students have progressed. You need something done over time, multiple times, to show how it's changing. Remember that some assessments may have a bias. Maybe this is because of the question types being used or something else, but you have to make sure that your assessment shows only what's being measured in your action research. If you're interested in classroom documents, please consult Chapter 3 in the Ann Burns book. Now that we've gone over some of the data collection tools that are available to you, you can find a Google document on the Blackboard page. This document includes links to some tutorials on how to use some of the technology that we've talked about. It's also a place where you can share some of the tools that you use and that you think other teachers might be interested in. So if you know of some technology that you think is useful for collecting data from students or collecting any kind of data from your classroom, please share it on the Google Drive, on the Google document. And as you're collecting your data, please keep in mind these two questions. Which data collection tools will give you the most accurate, relevant information that you are seeking? Which tools are the most related to the questions that you are asking in your action research? And the second question, which tools are the least disruptive, least time-consuming tools? We understand that as teachers, time is very limited. So you make sure that you're choosing tools that aren't going to consume too much of your time, things that you can use quickly and easily. When you're ready, please go back to handout 3.1 and fill in that third column for possible data collection methods. When you're ready, post your ideas on the Blackboard forum.